So today I was planning on making a video about leaked cosmetic items that could be coming to Deadlock, until I stumbled upon this pretty breaking news that could change the future of Deadlock forever. If you've been curious about how Deadlock is going to handle skins and cosmetic items and how those items integrate into the Steam marketplace, then you definitely need to hear this news, because this could change everything going forward with Deadlock, and it will 100% change how Valve moves forward with monetizing this game. So just last night the news broke that Valve is being sued for pushing illegal gambling practices. Many news outlets have already put out articles with titles like Valve being sued by the New York Attorney General for promoting illegal gambling. So in today's video, I'm going to break this all down and go over the reason that they're being sued and how this could affect Deadlock long term. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Deadlock news and updates going forward. This article by Checkpoint Gaming sums it up pretty well. Valve is the subject of yet another lawsuit, this time in New York. The suit, filed by New York Attorney General Letitia James, alleges that Valve has promoted illegal gambling in its games via the implementation of loot box mechanics and by enabling gamers to make money via these mechanics through the Steam community market and third-party sellers. The lawsuit seeks to permanently stop Valve from promoting gambling features in its games, disgorge all ill-gotten gains, and pay fines for violating New York's laws. If you've ever played any of Valve's previous multiplayer games, you know exactly what this is talking about when it comes to Valve and how they monetize their games. Valve designs their games with the intention to have all cosmetic items integrated into the Steam community market. This allows players to buy, sell, and also trade items like skins for real-world value. In Counter-Strike, for example, you may play a game and get a reward after that game is over. It could be something like a skin, or it could be a case. That case can then be sold on the Steam community market for whatever that value may be, determined by supply and demand. Or players can buy a key directly from Valve to then open that case. That case then acts like a slot machine. The skin you get out of that case is entirely random, and the item you get out of that case at the end could be less value than the case itself, or you could get an extremely valuable item, like a rare knife, that could be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. So whether you agree with it or not, this lawsuit is going after Valve because they believe games like Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, and Dota have slot machine-like features that entice users to pay for the chance to win rare prizes that can be exchanged for money. The lawsuit alleges that Valve's in-game loot box feature violates New York's gambling laws and can lead to serious harm, especially for young people. So what does this mean for Valve moving forward, and what does this mean for Deadlock, Valve's newest multiplayer title that doesn't have any monetization currently in the game? If this lawsuit continues on its course, this could change Valve's plans moving forward with how they go about monetizing Deadlock. I'm sure their plans right now were to implement skins and cosmetics into the game and integrate them into the Steam community market, just as they have in the past with Counter-Strike, Dota 2, and Team Fortress. They could have had a loot box system planned for Deadlock, but this definitely throws a wrench into that plan. This isn't the first time that loot boxes have caused some controversy. In Belgium, for example, the laws surrounding loot boxes are much more strict. Since 2018, the Belgian Gaming Commission has considered paid loot boxes in video games as illegal gambling under national law. If a game allows purchasing randomized virtual rewards with real money or in-game currency, it must obtain a gambling license. Otherwise, it faces fines up to 800,000 euros and criminal charges. To comply with this law, major publishers like EA and Valve have removed paid loot boxes from their games in Belgium following this ruling. In a game like Overwatch, for example, paid loot boxes are banned and unavailable due to the Belgian Gaming Commission classifying them as illegal gambling. The developers of Overwatch, Blizzard, then complied by removing the ability to purchase loot boxes with real money or in-game currency. Belgian players may still earn some free loot boxes through gameplay or events, but premium or paid tier boxes are restricted. And on top of that, in a game like Overwatch, you can't even buy, sell, or trade the items you get out of these loot boxes. They hold no real-world value. They are truly just cosmetics in the game, but they are still considered illegal gambling. So for specifically a Valve game, the Belgian Gaming Commission declared that CSGO loot boxes are illegal gambling, forcing Valve to disable opening weapon cases for Belgian users. Belgian players cannot purchase or open random drop crates with real money, though they can still trade items using the Steam market and obtain items through free gameplay. If this lawsuit were to be successful in the state of New York, it could have a domino effect on other regions or across the entire world, on how specifically loot box systems are implemented into games. This could be the start of removing loot box systems entirely, and not because it's just considered gambling, it's because it's believed that the developers of these games are pushing gambling onto a younger audience. A quote directly from the Attorney General says illegal gambling can be harmful and lead to serious addiction problems, especially for our young people. Valve has made billions of dollars by letting children and adults alike illegally gamble for the chance to win valuable virtual prizes. These features are addictive, harmful, and illegal, and my office is suing to stop Valve's illegal conduct and protect New Yorkers. So if Valve was truly planning on adding a loot box system into Deadlock, this may shift their plans. I made a video about a week ago discussing how cosmetic items and things like skins could be implemented into Deadlock. One of those ways was a loot box system like we have in Counter-Strike. Another common way of implementing skins and cosmetics into games is like how it's done in a game like Marvel Rivals, where a skin is just put in the item store and it's purchased for in-game currency. Those items have no real-world value and cannot be bought, sold, or traded through any market. It's hard to imagine a world where a Valve game releases and it's not integrated fully with the Steam community market. Even in Belgium, where loot boxes are banned, cosmetic items in Counter-Strike can still be bought, sold, and traded using the Steam community market. So I think no matter what, Deadlock will still be integrated with the market. It's just a matter of how those skins are distributed to players. Valve does make a lot of their money using the loot box monetization method in their previous games, and if this lawsuit were to be successful, we could see the full removal of loot boxes in every game. This is still very new news and nothing has come of it yet, but it's definitely going to be important to keep our eyes on as Deadlock continues to grow and as it's developed more and more. I'm sure the Deadlock developers are pretty close on finalizing a monetization method for the game, but this lawsuit could delay things. It could also go the other way and encourage Valve to consider other monetization models. They could fall back on a standard item shop like we have today in Fortnite or Marvel Rivals. It could encourage them to add things like battle passes, where players are rewarded for their playtime, but are often hit with a lot of FOMO. Like I said, at the end of the day, Valve is making so much money by monetizing their games this way. This is a statement from a Eurogamer article on the topic that says the value of Counter-Strike skins rose significantly in recent years, attracting speculators and investors who viewed these virtual items as potentially lucrative digital assets. In March 2025, it was reported that the market for Counter-Strike skins had surpassed $4.3 billion. I'd love to hear all your thoughts about this topic in the comments below, and do you think a loot box system is truly gambling? And do you think companies like Valve are pushing it on a younger audience, and is it predatory? I wanted to end this video with what I mentioned at the beginning. The latest Deadlock update includes a reference to the experimental branch and a cosmetic abilities menu. This could mean that the experimental branch currently has new cosmetic abilities like the snowball and the poster that could come in the next major update. So we could see something like an in-game event that includes an item like we had with the snowball in December, or like the posters we had for the most recent hero vote come in the next major update. So overall, it's pretty clear that the Deadlock developers and Valve as a whole have some things to think about when it comes to how they're going to monetize their games moving forward. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Deadlock news and updates going forward. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Later.